welcome to another one of our NCCR workshop news. Last time we were talking about Mark Miller's bike and we started it up finally, right? So we thought we would be keeping on making some noise.
Yeah, some real noise.
Yeah.
We started developing some new exhaust systems. What we like to launch today and present you, and our story with this exhaust systems for the Helicon, for the Rotax engine goes miles back to
10 years.
Yeah, we really start to look into it after we got problems in Assen at the Ducati Club races in the Sound of Thunder, and developed for that an under-seat exhaust system, what was kind of last minute, and I think Alex from MTech he was suing an heat protection on the racetrack in the pits, and then still Harald Kitsch burned his boot. And
why am I not surprised?
But we made it through the technical inspection, and I think we even won the race there. What is quite cool, because this is the second most important V-twin race after the Daytona races. So that was quite cool. And then the year after we came back.
That was in 2010, right?
That was 10, yeah. And then in 2011 we came back a bit better prepared. Still had this titanium XB can attached under the subframe of the 1190 RR. But that time we were going through the swing arm. Because we thought that is a cool idea, and if I would have to do it today with a racer, I would maybe still think that this would be the best way, but it requires a lot of modification. You need a big hole because the swing arms still need to move, and we never worked this system out to the end because we said, yeah, this is nothing to go commercial with. But
it doesn't burn your boot anymore.
No, that was the idea. The non-burning underseat exhaust, and even if it was kind of not really nice looking,
it was cool looking.
Yeah. Well, it have done the job,
yes.
And it was light, and you know, in racing, when it stays together to the finish line, there are no extra points for looking nice. Only
then it's a winner. If it's a winner, it's a winner.
Yeah. Talking racing, the EBR World Superbike had a very nice titanium system.
Yes, Miller also liked that. The Arrow.
Yeah, exactly.
If you check out our earlier videos, we have one of Smilla, that is our dog, and she of course howls at Arrow.
Yeah,
it was funny.
The aero system is really nice, and it ended up with a free flowing diameter of a size of 70 millimeter. What is something? And we decided to go together with Alan Hawks. Alan Hawks, maybe most of you know, Alan Hawks was back in the days also there. It goes back to the days. He was working for Tullet Exhaust. Yes. Tullet Exhaust is today one of the manufacturer of, I think also some Formula One, but do a lot of Inconel, titanium, but also for the Endurance 24 Hours Le Mans race series. This is the level. And this was, not many know that, the OEM supplier for Buell and Eric Buell Racing.
Yes.
So there, this first called AMA race systems for the 1125 and then later for the 1190 were manufactured, and that was where Alan Hawks was working. And in the later years, he left there and opened his own shop called APH. And then he started with the air cooled and continued with the water cooled. And we found an agreement now with Alan, what we would like to announce today, that the water cooled exhaust systems, headers, complete systems in the future will be sold worldwide exclusively by NCCR.
Yes.
There are some reasons. He has so much other work these days, like making two-strokes expansion chamber exhaust for DKW, and work a lot with Saab and with race cars. So there's a lot of programs, work going on that he need to have some numbers when he produce something, and this is why we said, okay, we will place some bigger orders, and that way we can still make it possible that this top quality work is available for the Buell and EBR scene. So back to the problem of noise, where we got in trouble with the technical control and got banned from the racetracks. This is a problem many of our customers.
Yes. I mean, the rules are getting stricter and stricter everywhere.
That's in Germany.
Oh God, don't start in Germany.
In Germany, in Oschersleben, they have really a microphone standing outside the track, what is got a LAN connection to some ministry where they are in charge of noise regulation, and there is popping up the email, now they are at 100 and whatever decibel, and then they get a call, and then of course you get the black flag. So what the thing is, we all love the idea of the under engine exhaust, and even if, especially on the 1125, what we call the dog bone shape, we always had a little bit of problem with the radiation heat is going really, really heavily on the bottom of the engine, because you need to have the volume, what means you need to have something in front of the engine, and then you have this connection piece, and then you have the rear chamber. And now the 1190 in best Buell tradition cans also start to rust. We have on this bike.
We just saw that.
On this bike, we found the first hole where it's really start to eaten through the stock exhaust. So
and
at the end,
it's only 6 years old. You wouldn't think that really, and it has never seen rain.
Yeah, no, they rust because of the moisture what stands on the inside, and then they rust from inside to the outside. But so when we say we don't want to have something in front of the engine and under the engine is no space, we only have the building area under the swing arm. And under the swing arm, we're also very limited. And when you look on a factory AMA system with a 200 millimeter, that's 8 inch or something long oval silencer, even if the perforated tube is going diagonal through it to gain some length, it is still super loud, and you need to do a lot of repacking. You have not much volume, and you also have no possibility to do something with advanced dB killers. No. The thing is, today, this sound engineering, what you find on a good made SC project or on an Akrapovic or something, that is really the art of noise. And for that you also need length. Yeah. So we all want to have the nice deep sound.
Yeah.
But we also need to be in a way social. When you give me the dB just. This this is the dB eater of the 1125 there can, and this is the one what goes into this 1190. And when you see the length, this full system here on the 1190 have two of them in reverse direction, and it even have a catalyst in the tube. And all that gives you the possibility to play a little bit with what noise level you want to have. So
and what you're allowed to have too.
yeah. So with heavy heart, we need to announce that our new developments together with Ellen are upsweep side exhaust. That is, on our point of view, the only way to build an social working racetrack approved exhaust system. What
Even
still
California approved.
could be, yeah, could be. The thing is, you cannot this 185 horsepower engines. You cannot make a little exhaust like the aftermarket industry do it, and then you put a dB killer in with an 8 or 10 millimeter hole, and then you say, okay, now this is silent. This is the way how it is done with the Chinese silencer, and that just don't work. You need to have the room, you need to have the volume to build something what really works. So what we offer from now on, the complete actual Alan Hawks program is still available. Mm-hmm. So you can still get the badass AMA system for the 1125, for the 1190.
Of course.
We still make these slip-ons what go with the original header with a little oval can. That all you can still have if you live in an area where you can ride with it.
Yes.
The new one will be available in two different kinds. We will have a slip-on system what reuse the original headers. It is mounted here on this 1125. What have an oval can and what is rated in Europe, not for the Buell, but this can is rated with the dB killers, and our first measurements tell us that we are getting close to that in a Euro 3 range. The 1125 in Europe have 102 decibel allowed at 5,000 RPM. And then, because it was already launched 2008, the EBR in Europe is only 95 decibel at 5,300 RPM. And so with both cans, the oval one and this other, they're both carbon cans.
SE project, as you can see.
Yeah, the levels can be reached. The more advanced can here would also have catalyst inside and 2 dB eaters that we will offer only as a complete system. Yeah. So there will be the slip-on for the 1125 and for the 1190, and there will be a full system for also both. And we also developed some exhaust hangers. Mm-hmm. Again, I said it lately, we finally match the frame powder coat with a wrinkled finish. So this is 1125 because it goes quite far out. We needed to make it a little bit more solid, and this is the 1190, what is a bit more. Let's look into the details.
So all you got to do to take out the dB killer is basically removing this tiny screw. So once you got that done, you just wiggle the killer out slightly, wiggle. There we go, and that's the magic.
Yeah, that's one of two on this bike, and when you see how it is made, the other one is quite similar, and they are standing in different angles to each other, and this is that the noise need to go zigzag through it, and this is breaking the sound. And you see that they are very easy to modify. You can have like more holes, you can cut this off and so on. So, and the other one is the same.
Yeah,
and
you can see it if you look down here.
Yeah, so that's our idea, that you can tune these exhaust systems to the level of noise what you want to have, or what is allowed in the environment you want to use the bike.
Yeah, so that makes sense. So it's not only good looking, it actually is carbon fiber all the way. So the end cap is carbon fiber, the can itself, and also even the heel guard. The only thing is that the heel guard is glossy, but I mean that's a purist thing. It's still carbon fiber. And if we go on and look at Alan's work, we do have this really nice looking welds, and I guess on Instagram you would go on the hashtag weldersporn, because that's how nice they are actually. And it's hooked up by springs, of course, so it's 8 springs all the way around, and it's just really pretty, to be honest, right?
Yeah. Super
Such a
nice.
beauty.
Yeah. I think it's a really system what marks another milestone for these bikes, because it will give us, together with right tuned ECM that is lying in front of us, that's the next thing. Now everybody asks, oh, how much horsepower you found finally. We will see, but finally we are very happy if we have a cool system what maybe brings us some mid power and full open, maybe also goes good on the top range, but at the end we want to have a system what is not eating horsepower, and there we are very sure, because this is a really advanced technology from SC project, and what is holding down the noise a bit.
Well, SC project is in very high level competing, right?
Oh, well, if MotoGP is high enough, I think they're MotoGP, Moto2, World Superbike, wherever you name it. First, we looked into if we find an aero can, because it would have been nice to use it, and we could supply this exhaust system also with an aero can if we want. I talked to Aero, but we would not have a system available what can be used with a low noise level.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be compliant, and then it's fun for the racetrack, but only some racetracks, and then it really doesn't make sense for us at least.
No. So let's look into the 1125.
Yes.
Okay. The slip-on system for both bikes will be this oval can what have 1 dB heater.
So on the 1125 it's also really easy. You need pliers though. And the most difficult part really is just to get the holes. And I'm doing that at a very awkward angle to show it to you. So there you go, that's that. And then you wiggle and wiggle and wiggle. And there we go.
And there you have the same. There you could press now or drill more holes, cut it, manipulate it, whatever, to the noise level you want to achieve.
Yeah, or you can cut that one off.
Or just let it out.
Yes. Just don't use it at all. And here it is the same again. The end cap is carbon, the can is carbon, even the clamp that's holding the can is carbon.
That's super nice detail, I think. This carbon clamp.
Yeah. And then we don't have a heel guard on this version.
No, we don't have a heel guard.
No, but and here also we have I made the more stable. You can see it. Like the only thing that's moving is the bike itself and the suspension.
Yeah.
So the can doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it was a little bit challenging when you go so high up with the exhaust and have this volume that is really getting solid. That is not wobbly. here also the after the original headers, the other piece is the collector. That's all also spring mounted.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's 1125. So how they sound? Of course, it's now inside and it stands on the ramp. What is always.
Oh, wait 1 second. I should remove that. That's gonna be a rattle otherwise.
Yeah. And also the Buell 1125 and the R and the EBR, they are mechanical kind of loud. So it's we cannot do a drive-through video here. So let's fire it up. That was now with the primary dB in and the secondary out.
It does have a really nice rumble when it's behind.
It's really, really nice.
Alright, so 1125.
Let's listen to the 1125 now with dB.
Yes, now it's in. So.
Okay.
Not bad.
No, not bad.
Same thing again. Oh, not yet.
Yeah, I was waiting for that now.
Teeny tiny bit more, but not hot. There we go. And now without.
Nice.
Yeah, so now you've heard the difference.
Yeah, and now we put the dB back in this one, and then we listen to the silent mode. So now that is the SE project with catalyst in and the 2 dB eaters. So full road legal, might be even California legal.
Might be.
And that with the full power. And when I look on the diagrams of SE project and quite similar made Akrapovic exhaust, that sometimes you even gain with a dB eater 1-2 horsepower. I have all trust in that we will develop based on this silencers really good products regarding the mapping, and there will be the possibility to order it as a complete race kit. That means you can have the exhaust together with an pre-programmed ECM.
But, just saying, there is a difference between the SX and the RX model. So this is how it would be looking for an RX, where you have the belly pan. So you would also have this 2 lovely APH, it actually says APH on them, the 2 brackets for the belly pan too, but we haven't mounted them yet, so you will see how that will look. But for the SX, we have this.
Yeah, there we have a different connector tube between the collector and the end can.
Yes, because here you would have the belly pan, right? And the belly pan has the cutout, so we kind of wanted to fit that, and we didn't want it to look weird anyway, so that's why I have the distance in between here, so it will fit the cutout from the belly pan. But the SX doesn't have a belly pan, of course, so we can just use a nicer and snugger fitting tube, and it will be going roughly something like that. So it's kind of difficult to show now when the other one is in place.
I think we have some pictures. I think we have some pictures we can show.
So this distance will be shorter, and then it will be snugger and a bit nicer looking. So
yeah,
there's a difference.
Yeah, that would be also cool for custom projects, or if you run a race setup with a different kind of belly pan, or for our project we will use, when we are not using the OEM style, the original style EBR belly pan, we will use this smoother, tighter running tube.
So you keep the position of the can, you keep the position of the collector, it's just this bend that will be snugger under, so it's a little bit cleaner.
Yep. Thanks.
It does have a very nice acoustic.
Wow.
Alright.
Nice.
So very musical too.
So, yeah, it's a kind of European co-production. This system.
It is, right?
Yeah, we have this.
Alan.
We have Alan with his wonderful stainless, handcrafted stuff with the tubes, with the nice welds, and then we have made in Sweden. All the attachment parts, the exhaust hangers, the mapping will be done here on our dyno, and then we have the cans from Italy.
Italian.
So it's quite a nice setup, I think. So we will, I think, launch next week a pre-order possibility with some. The systems are expensive. We apologize for that.
There's no other way to say it.
Yeah, they're getting really a little bit expensive. That is a little bit also because of the currencies at the moment.
Yeah.
The English pound to the Swedish krona to the dollar, and we try to calculate in dollar. So sometimes we really take, like on bodywork, we at the moment take a real loss comparing to our original calculation. Sorry. So I think it's quality. I think it's worth the money.
Absolutely.
And we will. I think we will offer 10% pre-order discount, and because the thing is, we need to get a little bit into a workflow at Allen. With this quality and this standard, we always need to manufacture like 5 or 10 systems in a row, and of course their pre-orders are very helpful.
Yes.
Thanks for that. So.
Do we have anything else?
No. I said already that all the other systems are still available.
So if you want to have any of the old APH systems as you know them...
I think we have one. Let me get one. I think we have one.
Alright, off you go then.
Yeah, elephants passing the room. So yeah, this is we had it in the shop on the display. This is one of these slip-on cans from Hawks from APH, and of course these are still available. So if you want to be noisy, or you can be noisy, these systems are still available. And we also have from next week on available a motor spoiler for the 1125. Julia printed out already some brackets, and they're already in production. So that will be an add-on on many exhaust systems. You can use it. It's a little bit closing. Also, it works for the original dog bone style factory exhaust.
Yeah.
No.
You think you got it now?
Now we got it.
You sure?
I'm never sure. Yeah. So, thank you all for watching.
Yes. And have a nice weekend, everyone, really. Be safe out there and take care.
Yeah, and go riding. The weather is nearly around the globe nice this weekend. So just go out, ride, and remember where it is all about: riding, motorcycle riding Buell and EBR.
And having a good time, really.
Take care.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.